Lately, it feels like the entire internet is trying to answer one question about AI. Is this the best thing that's ever happened to humanity, or the worst? Both arguments can sound convincing, right? But someone left a comment on one of my videos recently that made me realize something. Maybe the real problem isn't the answer. Maybe it's the question. And in this video, I'll share an ancient story with you that will bring a lot more peace to the way you experience this whole conversation. And if you stick with me till the end, I'll show you a simple strategy you can use the next time an AI headline hits your feed so you can stay steady instead of getting pulled into the chaos around it. I'd like to offer up my gratitude to @Koilu7, who inspired so much of this video by commenting on my last one. He says the following: "Thanks for sharing, man. And keep a grounded, positive outlook on life. Check out the Chinese farmer story. Much love and health to you and your family. From Romania." Thank you so much. Now, this little story has been quietly circulating for quite some time, I've since learned. And once you hear it, it's hard to look at the world the same way again. There was once a farmer who lived in a small village. One day, his horse runs away. When the villagers hear of the news, they come to him and they say, "That's terrible. Such bad luck." And the farmer simply replies, "Maybe." The next day, the horse comes back, bringing with it several wild horses from the mountains. The villagers return to the farmer and they say, "Holy smokes, what incredible luck." And again, the farmer replies, "Maybe." The following day, the farmer's son tries to ride one of the wild horses, and he ends up falling off and breaking his leg in the process. The villagers come back once more and they say, "This is awful, such bad fortune." And the farmer says, "Maybe." Then a few days later, soldiers come through the village to draft young men into the army. But because the farmer's son has a broken leg, they pass him by. And the villagers return once more and they say, "How fortunate." And the farmer replies, "Maybe." What I love about that story personally is how straightforward and consistent the farmer's response is. The villagers are constantly trying to decide what everything means, ping-ponging around all over the place. Horse runs away, bad. Horse comes back with more horses, good. Son breaks leg, bad. Son avoids war, good. They're always rushing to attach a story to whatever just happened. Much like us, those villagers have a construct of a worldview that they are continually reinforcing to help ground themselves and guard against unknowns as much as possible. But the farmer never does this. He simply allows for any interpretation. And I think that's the real wisdom in the story. It's not just that we can't see the future clearly. It's that the moment something happens, we immediately start telling ourselves a story about what it means. And so it's the story we tell that shapes our reaction. And when I look at the way people talk about AI right now, it feels a lot like those villagers, doesn't it? Every new headline gets turned into a new narrative. ChatGPT gets better and people say, this is gonna 100x our productivity and allow us all this leisure capacity. A new report comes out about job loss or AI's capacity to solve hard problems, and suddenly we're cooked. Unless you're a plumber or an electrician. But the truth is, we're still in the middle of this story, aren't we? So here's something you can try. The next time you read a new headline about ChatGPT releasing its next model or Gemini replacing entire Hollywood film crews, notice the story that your mind immediately wants to tell you. Maybe it jumps over to excitement, maybe it jumps back to fear, maybe it starts imagining a future where everything changes overnight. Instead of following that story all the way down the road, why don't you try the farmer's response? Notice who's observing the story you're hearing and simply reply, "Maybe." And speaking of that observer within you,